At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Auto and Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and so much more. And they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game and learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193.
For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
This is your home for the Chieftains. Tonganoxie Sports Live. Tonganoxie Sports Live is presented by Kansas Insurance, locally owned and operated. Kansas Insurance agents have years of industry experience. Learn more at kansasins.com.
Bringing it up the floor on that left side, driving a kick out, trying to go back to back. Buckets for Emerson Maslach. They collided with each other. Thankfully, nobody hurt. Talon from way downtown. He hit that one from Wyandotte. Shonick back the other way, weaving her way through, surveying up the court. Finds Schooler, takes it in stride and finishes with the left hand. Back-to-back possessions of the Chieftains able to get the stop. Now can they capitalize on them? McGuire for three, hits good on the step back. Knifes into the lane. Oh, look at the English. Rowe, Steinfeld back to Carlton, gets around Marsh, count the bucket.
This is Tonganoxie Chieftain Basketball on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Back at it after a slight layoff. Shout out everybody running the hospitality room here at Tonganoxie High School. Our ongoing coverage, the 68th annual Tonganoxie Invitational Basketball Tournament presented by Kansas Insurance. Here they can help you protect what matters most by calling 913-369-6600 as we cruise along into the S&S Body pregame show. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com. Dylan Funk, Dennis Drennan here back with you. We were here at 9 o'clock this morning. The boys game, a thriller, but a 2-point loss for the Chieftains. They are on to the 7th place game in the auxiliary gym. They're going to be playing at 4:30 as they will take on Schlegel in the 7th place game. For you, right now, we got the girls game coming up, and what a matchup this should be here, Denny. The Olathe East Hawks and the Tonganoxie Lady Chieftains. Let's talk about Tongi. 9-point victors last night against Leavenworth in a game that I think if you ask Coach Eckert, he's going to say that wasn't our prettiest, but in a tournament setting like this, it's all about just surviving and advancing.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right, partner. And, you know, they're happy to be on the winner's side of the bracket, and hopefully they can play a little bit better than they did last night against these Olathe East Lady Hawks.
And the Hawks going to be coming in with a slight advantage with all the shuffling in this tournament, with the winter weather coming in, everything being pushed up. The Liberal team dropped out. They were supposed to play Olathe East in the first round, the 2-seeded Redskins against the 7-seeded Hawks, but not able to fill that spot after Liberal dropped out. So therefore, the 7-seed Olathe East squad, they get a first-round bye.
Yeah.
So they're coming in with fresh legs, playing their first game of this tournament as they get Tonganoxie on the quick turnaround.
Yeah, no question about it. They got an advantage there. So hopefully our girls, after playing last night, will be a little sharper today.
Yeah, so we'll see how much of a factor that plays into this contest here tonight. But the Lady Chieftains got to be feeling really good at moments. They shined a lot, turned the ball over. There was some sloppiness, no doubt about it, but still enough to get a 9-point win over a very young but very talented Leavenworth Pioneer squad. Another great test in front of Coach Eckert's squad and a sub-500 team in the 6A classification out of the East in the Olathe East Hawks. We'll be back with more. You're watching the SNS Body pregame show on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Does your roof have possible storm damage? Looking to get solar panels? Or is it just simply time to get it inspected? That's where Balmer Roofing and Solar come into play. Balmer Roofing has a combined 40 years of experience with JAF Master Elite and Emerald Pro contractors. The Balmer family and their team are ready to give your house a brand new roof or solar panels at an affordable cost with a 50-year warranty. Life has mishaps and they want nothing but your customer satisfaction. Let them prove why so many of your neighbors choose Balmer for their roofing projects. To schedule a free inspection, call 913-845-5252 or visit them online at balmerroofing.com.
Your one stop for beauty and relaxation. That's the Beauty Bar Salon and Spa in downtown Tonganoxie, offering services for men's and women's haircuts, facial waxing, tanning, makeup, bridal services, and more. Their team is dedicated to providing a memorable experience for each guest. From vibrant styles and colors to soothing massages, they have everything you need to look and feel amazing. To make an appointment, call 913-347-2957 or visit them at 414 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community, where friends are found down every street. That's where you'll find us, taking time to get to know you, calling you by name, generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Tex Vandervoort in Tonganoxie today.
First State Bank and Trust is with you wherever you are with complete online banking. Cheering on the Chieftains once again? Why not pay your bills online? Waiting on your kiddos to get out of school? Seems like a good time to make a transfer. Or how about making a deposit from here? Back in the gym for another night? Why not get an e-statement while you cheer on Tongi? And of course, at First State Bank and Trust, you can always bank from right here. Come on in and see us and get your very own Chieftain card. To learn more about all the great ways to bank with First State Bank and Trust, go to firststateks.com. Has your furnace left you out in the cold? Pipes plugged? Are you underwater with your water heater? If so, you'll be glad you called Ladd. Ladd Service Company in Tonganoxie has been your heating, cooling, and plumbing specialist since 1986. Ladd is your dealer for top quality brands like York, Aprilaire, and Wolverine Brass. Plus, they maintain and service all other brands. Schedule your appointment by calling 913-369-3509. Visit laddserviceco.com to see why you'll be glad you called Ladd.
Have you heard of Genesis Schools? Teaching students in preschool through 5th grade in Tonganoxie, Genesis offers smaller class sizes, individualized instruction, and a Christian worldview. Their mission is to exalt Christ by teaching and reinforcing biblical truths while producing well-rounded, educated young people who are equipped to serve God and others. For enrollment and tuition information, call 913-845-9498 or online at genesisschools.org. Back in the SNS Body pregame show. Let's take a quick peek here. Our player spotlights presented by Brothers Market, where they treat you like family. Over on the Olathe South side, there's a lot of key players, but none better than number 15, Katie Lefevre, the 5'10 senior, coming into this contest in the Sunflower League in 6A, one of the top premier players, averaging top 10 in the conference in points per game and rebounds a game. 11 and 8 is what she averages. she has the chance to potentially take over a game, make things really tough today for Coach Eckert's squad. And for the Chieftains, continuing to look down at the junior center, 6'1", Addie Schooler.
Yeah.
If the Chieftains want to pull off this win, it's going to be a lot to do with the way they are efficient down low in the paint.
Yeah, well, not only that, partner, but like we talked about, Addie and Alyssa Shonick, you know, you can kind of count on, definitely on Alyssa's side for some points, but, you know, we got to get it inside to Addie, and they're going to need some help. Either Ashlyn Bruni or Herrera or somebody else is going to have to step up if they're going to win this game.
Definitely going to be a all-hands-on-deck kind of game here. Although, like we talked about with Tongi above 500, they've been playing well. Winners last night, playing an Olathe South team that I think 3 or 4 wins only on the season, but that gap between 6A down to 4A, it does make a difference. We'll see how the Chieftains can overcome that here tonight. That wraps it up here in the SNS Body pregame show. Crookham Construction starting lineups and opening tip is coming up next.
More toppings, more taste, more value. Gambino's Pizza. You're gonna love it. Taste mouth-watering flavors in our new Chicken Bacon Ranch Pizza. Bring a crowd to feast on our 11 toppings Mobster Pizza. Pizzas with quality meats and a 100% real cheese, like our triple tasty seasoned sausage cravers pizza. Try favorites like pastas, calzones, sandwiches, appetizers, salads, and desserts. More toppings, more taste, more value. Gambino's Pizza. You're gonna love it.
For projects big or small, Southern Star asks you to always call 811 before you dig. It's free, easy, and keeps our community safe. After calling 811, a professional will use paint or flags to mark buried utility lines within a few days. And calling 811 is the law. Hitting underground lines can disrupt utility service and cause serious injury. Safety is in your hands. Every dig, every time.
Hey, you ready to go to my mom's?
Well, I can't go today. I have to mow. It's probably going to take all day.
Well, that's too bad. Don't work too hard.
Dixie Chopper. Speed when you need it.
See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Hounds Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
The same look and location of a classic drugstore with the services and supplies of a modern pharmacy. That's what you'll find at the Downtown Drug Store in Tonganoxie. Of course, Downtown Drug is the local choice for your prescriptions and health needs, but did you know they have the best selection of Tonganoxie Pride and Chieftain Game Day gear in town? And a whole lot more. Cards, gifts, home decor, and even the best way to satisfy that sweet tooth. The Downtown Drug Store. Call 913-369-3800 or visit them online at thedowntowndrugstore.com.
Time to announce the Crookham Construction starting lineup for the Chieftains. No changes. Shonick, Baldock, Bruni, Herrera, and Schooler. In the 5-4, the Hawks out of Olathe East. You got Hall, Wertheim, Birch, Martinez, and Dremmer. And your starting lineup site presented by Crookham Construction. You've been watching the SNS Body pregame show as we are ready to get this one started. Our second of 3 here today on Tonganoxie Sports Live. So if it's going to be number 15, Katie Lefevre, we mentioned our player spotlight, either not active or coming off the bench here today. We'll see how that plays a role in the effort today for the Hawks as they control the opening tip, and we are underway here. Girls' second round action winner going on to the championship game, going to be played later tonight at 7:30. Loser will go to the third place game at 4:30 as Alyssa Shonick snags the early board on the missed 3 by Dremmer. Here comes Alyssa, full head of steam. Count the bucket. What a start.
Yeah,
Alyssa Shawnick.
Yep, that's how you draw it up if you're Coach Eckert.
Gets the board, coast to coast, finishing through contact. That's just one of her traits that makes her so unique, Denny.
No question about it, partner.
Foul on Wertheim.
Another key, though, they're going to have to hit their free throws.
But Alyssa has struggled this season. She had a
shot
great
well,
game last night.
She had shot really well last night and opens up with a 1-for-1 tonight.
Just what you want to see. Chieftains back on defense as Martinez with it up top, trying to direct some traffic. Olathe East, one of the bottom teams in the Sunflower League. That is a mighty tough league, though, up in that 6A classification. As Schooler is going to get called for the foul. I mean, you're talking about the other Olathe schools, your Shawnee schools, both Lawrence, Mill Valley in there as well. I mean, that is a juggernaut of a league up there.
Really tough.
In 6A. One of the more bottom teams of that conference, that league, could come to any of the other ones in the state of Kansas and be a potential dominant contender. As Wertheim misses the first free throw shot.
Chieftains need to block out. They need to limit those second chance points tonight.
1-for-2 trip for Wertheim to get the Hawks on the board. Pass up the floor, Herrera with space, leading three-point shooter on the team for Tonga, about 35% coming into tonight. Had a pair last night against Leavenworth. Here she is with it, where she wants to shoot it. Can't knock it down. A good look from the left wing. Usually more often than not, the three balls for the Chieftains. They like it at the wings, they like it at the corners. As that last shot circles out.
Alyssa Shawnick with the rebound.
Again, in stride to Herrera, who is denied. Clean block and recovery defense by number 3, Cameron Hall, the 5'9 senior. All ball as she leads it up the floor. Here comes the Lady Hawks.
That's
and another foul,
second.
and that's going to be number 2 on Addie Schooler.
Can't afford that. Can't afford to get our rim protector in foul trouble.
And right on cue, Kaylin Weehee is going to check in. Addie Schooler is going to check out. Chieftains are going to be without their junior 6'1 center for the foreseeable future, as just a minute and a half into this opening quarter, already 2 personals for Addie.
Chieftains on man-to-man.
Herrera swiping it, gets it. Off the turnover, Jayla Herrera. No contact, no whistle at least. Bulldogs put back no good. Gets her board, goes down to the floor. Is it a jump ball or a foul? It's a foul. And it's going to be 21 Martinez that they issue it to for Olathe South. Hawks coached by head coach Joanna Falls, assistant coaches Kiki Blackman, Blair Lewis, and former Tonganoxie Chieftain boys basketball assistant Nick Johnson. In a sort of homecoming kind of feeling for him, I imagine. From the free throw line, and Shawnick is denied. Already a pair of blocks for East, and down low, Bruni able to come away with it. That put up no good. And the ball finally controlled by Dremmer as they ricocheted around there off multiple people for both teams.
Well, Chieftains doing a good job getting offensive rebounds, but just not able to get the bucket.
Pair of good looks underneath, not able to finish, but Dremmer is able to do it, and that'll tie us up here at 3. Three on the way, no good, Herrera. Another offensive board, Kaylin Weehee, as it's poked away, but it'll stay here with Tonganoxie. As a pair of subs will come in for the Hawks. Kaylani Louie and Yasmin Osman will check in. As I continue to look over at that bench for Olathe East, and I am not seeing number 15, Katie Lefevre, right now, so something to keep an eye on. As Shawnick misses the left-handed laying on the glass. Not quite a lay-in, but something she's going to tell you, I got to try to make that.
Yeah.
Well, Hendrickson and Johnson checking in at the next stoppage for Tonganoxie.
Yeah, it was a high percentage shot. She'll tell you that she should have knocked that down.
Trying to swipe it away once, twice, third time's a charm. Shawnick wrestling it away from Birch. And a whistle comes in. It'll be against Birch. Third team foul for Olathe East. Olathe East making their Tonganoxie Invitational Basketball Tournament debut here today. in a tournament that usually sees the same about 5 or 6 teams on the boys and girls bracket respectfully, and then usually a couple of teams fill in between, and Olathe East playing the role of the fill-in team this year. 1 win away from already being in the championship game, their first game playing in this tournament as the Chieftains turn it over. Up the floor trying to get by Bruni. It's an open look 3 on the way. Not able to knock it down as Osmond, and Bruni controls the board. Little short. Here's Hendrickson slinging it across, trying to go to Weehee, or maybe was trying to feed it to Johnson, who was just not able to catch up to it in time. That's back-to-back possessions and turnovers for the Chieftains.
That's what hurt the Chieftains. That's all year long. Turnovers have been a problem.
Well, particularly in the game last night. That was really one where they kept turning the ball over. Leavenworth not able to capitalize on as many as those to make it really a threat of a game. As this 3 rattles off the iron, Weehee controls. But looking to avoid that here against Olathe East, who can make you pay for him, as Johnson will pivot around, has it knocked out of her hands. Aggressive defense here for the Lady Hawks. An open Bruni 3 is no good. She tried to bank it in. Over there on that far side, Ashlyn Bruni, she's been playing really great basketball coming into this tournament. Another good, solid performance last night against Leavenworth, trying to replicate it here this afternoon. Underneath, late feed, a foul. And we will have 2 free throws on the way for Olathe East. It'll be Martinez, number 21, to go to the line. And the foul on the Chieftains, their 3rd team foul, and the first on Kaylin Weehee. Free throw on the way, up and good. First one good for Kaden Martinez, the 5'8 senior. One of multiple seniors on this Olathe East squad, 4 of them to be exact. The varsity roster, 2 freshmen and 3 sophomores, and the rest being filled in by juniors with those 4 seniors as she misses on the back end. Low scoring affair here so far in the first quarter. Hawks with their first lead, 4-3. Herrera trying to change that on the 3, and she will. Jayla Herrera, catch and shoot, no hesitation.
Chieftains needed that.
Now Weehee, another tie up underneath. That'll be Chieftain basketball. Kaylin Weehee trying to hold the fort down inside with Addie Schooler on the bench right now with those 2 personal fouls, and so far doing a tremendous job. Pass deflected, and it's stolen. Wertheim, the one that deflected it. She hands it up to Hall, coming up the floor. That's a travel.
And yet another turnover for the Lady Chieftains.
And kudos to Shonick on the recovery to get in the way of Hall and just get her feet, her steps all jumbled up with one another to draw the travel. Shonick at 3 navy blue jerseys around her, passes out, and now the ball coming back her way near the logo. To Hendrickson at the left wing, takes a screen from Johnson, back to Weehee, swinging it to Shonick on the far side. Jab step, now will drive, and she's fouled on the drive on Wertheim, and for Wertheim, that'll be foul number 2 for her. And it should be the 4th team foul. It is the 4th team foul as Wertheim will check out. You have Wadsworth, Eliana Wadsworth, the 5'3 sophomore, is going to check in for her. Three on the way, Shonick, in and out. Weehee trying to tip the board out, but it's controlled by Wadsworth. 3 points for Shonick, 3 points for Herrera. Herrera, the 3-point basket. Shonick getting her 3 the old-fashioned way with the N1 finish. A 2-point lead here for the Chieftains. Under 2.5 to go in the opening quarter.
Low scoring affair so
far. It's been a defensive output. Trying to go down low, now will drive. Birch, good defense here by Herrera. Like a brick wall, not letting her pass. Under 10 on the shot clock, swiping it. Quick hands by Shonick. And it will stay here with Olathe East. 5 on the shot clock. Not a lot of time as both teams will make a pair of subs. so far, Chieftains have been able to put on a defensive clinic. Catch and shoot 3 on the far side, too strong. Shonick there for the board. The makeshift student section cheering on their team. It's been a great atmosphere here today. Classes are still in session, but we still roll on here in this tournament as Shonick will have a chance for 2 more at the free throw line. I love the student section. They got the fat heads of our athletic trainer, Mark Padfield.
Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame athletic trainer, of course. Second foul on Martinez. And you know, for Padfield, he's a modest guy.
Yeah,
he's
he
not really
is.
one for the spotlight and the extra attention. So it's become an inside joke here at Tongi High to always give him the extra shout outs or bring fat heads of him into the student section, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
One of the best in the business, though.
He
by
takes
far.
it, he takes it well, though.
He does. He does. He's a champion for sure. Chieftains now in the bonus. And Shonick missing. Lauren Brewer into the game, continuing to dig deeper into that bench for Coach Eckert with Addie Schooler in foul trouble. Deflection. Bruni got into the passing lane there. It's still loose. Who's going to come away with it? It goes out of bounds, and it will stay at this end with Olathe East. I think Shonick was the one that got the last touch on it. Have an inbounds right in front of that pretty rowdy student section. As waiting for a player to go inbound. Millie Dremmer will be the one to do it.
Nobody wanted to take it out.
And fake, Dremmer, Shonick, put it on the deck again. Ball dog diving on top of it and hands it to Alyssa Shonick. Great defense put on here by the Chieftains. Slow things down here, regroup, and a chance to attack under 90 to go in the first quarter, a 3-point lead. Cross court pass to Herrera, who hands to Bruni. Coming back near the top in the hands of Shonick, sets a screen for her. Alyssa driving a kick. Herrera 3 is good. And the second 3-point basket for Jayla Herrera. Timeout, Olathe East. What a nice drive and a dish for Alyssa Shonick, showing off that court vision. Jayla's got 6. The Chieftains have 10. It's a 6-point lead. We'll be back here on Tongi Sports Live.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
Chieftain basketball in this tournament coverage presented in part by the Tonganoxie Public Library. Why pay for downloadable audiobooks when you can stream them for free with a Tonganoxie library card? Download the Libby app or visit the library's website to learn more.
Oh, that's over and back.
It is. Turnover number 4 here for Olathe East. 3 turnovers for the Chieftains. 1:05 to go in the opening quarter. A 6-point lead for Tongi. Got 4 points for Alyssa Shonick. 6 for Jayla Herrera, thanks to 2 3-point baskets. Shonick underneath the bucket, kicks it out to Baldock, extra pass to Bruni. Chieftains can't go back-to-back. Brewer trying to get that last board, and it's thrown away. Kehlani Louie tried to pass it on, and it's out of bounds. A great hustle there at the end by Lauren Brewer to get Louie at least a little flustered, trying to get that pass back out to a teammate. For Lauren Brewer, doesn't seem a whole lot of playing time this season. She's in here early in this first half, trying to provide some relief down low with Addie still on the bench with those 2 personals as Shonick puts in another bucket, taking in some contact along the way too, and the Chieftains enjoying their largest lead of the game at 8.
Good start for the Chieftains.
No doubt.
Oh.
Finger roll, no good. Tip out to the elbow shot, no good. Still fighting for it. It's out of bounds on Osmond. The last shot from Hall had a good look from the left elbow, just couldn't knock it down. And Osmond looking around, believing that she was fouled, that she was fighting underneath, trying to bring in that last rebound.
Chieftains should have the opportunity for the last shot here.
Under 5, Herrera for her third of the quarter. In and out, but we head to the second. Coach Eckert loving what he's seeing from his team as they end the first quarter with an 8-point lead, 12-4 over the Olathe East Hawks. We'll be back with more Chieftain basketball on Tongi Sports Live.
Does your roof have possible storm damage? Looking to get solar panels? Or is it just simply time to get it inspected? That's where Balmer Roofing and Solar come into play. Balmer Roofing has a combined 40 years of experience with JAF Master Elite and Emerald Pro contractors. The Balmer family and their team are ready to give your house a brand new roof or solar panels at an affordable cost with a 50-year warranty. Life has mishaps and they want nothing but your customer satisfaction. Let them prove why so many of your neighbors choose Balmer for their roofing projects. To schedule a free inspection, call 913-845-5252 or visit them online at balmerroofing.com. Inviting, connecting, serving, and growing. That's Grounded Coffee House in downtown Tonganoxie. Enjoy the best cup of coffee in town 6 days a week and pair it with freshly made from scratch pastries, muffins, cinnamon rolls, and so much more. Plus, check out their beautiful event center, Grace Hall. Perfect for your next gathering, celebration, wedding, and party. All profits go towards local and international charitable projects and organizations. Drink local, support local at Grounded Coffee House. Place your order for dine-in or carry-out at groundedcoffeehouse.tonganoxie.org.
Open up the second quarter, an 8-point lead for the Chieftains over the Lady Hawks of Olathe East High School. Dylan Funk and Dennis Drennan here with you on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Game 2 for us today. We will have coverage of the girls' game, whether it be the championship game or the third place game. 1 quarter down and looking really good right now for Tonganoxie. Another offensive board and a 3 in the near corner. That's too strong. Third offensive rebound.
Yeah.
Another chance. Dribbling around. Birch trying to find something. Passing out of a crowd. Addie Schooler is back in for the Chieftains, as that'll be Tongi basketball. And for Addie, he's got to have to be careful here in the second quarter with those 2 personal fouls she picked up in the first 90 seconds of the first.
Yeah, well, the Chieftains were in a zone defense that time, trying to protect her a little bit.
There she is with it right now. Quickly hands to Herrera, who rifles it to Bruni. Wants it, gets it. Addie Schooler off the glass. Trying to take some contact there a little bit late, too. No whistles. But it's a 10-point lead for Tongi and the first points of the game for Addie Schooler.
That's when Addie's at her best. She gets a good inlet pass, and she goes right up with it.
It's a 7-0 run right now for the Chieftains as Schooler will track the board. She traveled. She gave the official a side, the typical teenage girl kind of side eye, like, "Are you serious?" And the referee gave it right back to her.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a sense of humor. That's a good sign to see, I think. Both teams now 4 turnovers in this game. Bobbled, another turnover. There's number 5 for Olathe East. Schoenig to Schooler. Nice feed.
Oh.
No foul. They say she got the ball, and now Addie is going to get charged with her 3rd foul on the push. Schooler building up some momentum here, getting back into action in the second quarter, and she's going to go right back to the bench, and more than likely is going to be out this remaining 6:30 of the second.
Yeah. Cannot afford to lose her inside.
It's a tough break for the Chieftains. Back to Baldock being down low. Brewer, I'm sure, will get back in the game as well as the Chieftains again off the deflection take another one away. Bruni, she'll try for the lay-in. Comes up short. It's out of bounds, but it off of number 11, Wertheim. And an inbounds chance coming up for Tongi. 6:10 still to play here in the second quarter. A 10-point lead for Tongi, the largest of the game in the middle of a 7-0 run. As the foul, going to get it, no, it's just a shot clock. That's what they were doing. Underneath, Johnson. How about that?
Yes.
First points of the game for Adlin Johnson.
Nicely done.
This is the exact start you wanted if you were the Chieftains. A missed 3. Baldock, good board underneath. Hands to Shawnick, pushing it up the floor. Extra pass. Adlin Johnson just misses inside. Takes a shot to the nose. It'll be Chieftain basketball coming up. Adlin okay, taking that inadvertent shot to the face. And I think no doubt she makes that lay-in. I think Olathe East, you burn your timeout there. Adlin, little acrobatic shot there, just can't finish on the left side. Would have been a very impressive finish, but just couldn't quite do it. Back was nearly turned all the way to the rim. Feed inside, gets position on Baldock, and the lay-in is good for Drimmer. She's got 4, and that will end the 9-0 run for Tongi. Johnson thought about it. Closing in late was Hall, as Johnson will drive in on her, and good decision by Adlin. She'll go to the line for 2 free throws. And Hall will pick up her first personal. 2 free throws for Adlin Johnson. A chance to build on this 10-point lead for the Chieftains. First one up, pure swish. Chieftains 3 of 4 as a team from the line to start this game, as Baldock will be checked out. Kaylin Weehee will check in. You can tell she practices her free throws a lot.
Yes. Those are so crucial in a tournament setting.
And a timeout will be spent here by head coach Joanna Falls, trying to get her Hawks to regroup here. The largest lead of the game, 12 for the Chieftains, 18-6. 5 minutes to play in the second quarter. You're watching Lady Chieftain basketball on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
First State Bank and Trust is with you wherever you are with complete online banking. Cheering on the Chieftains once again? Why not pay your bills online? Waiting on your kiddos to get out of school? Seems like a good time to make a transfer. Or how about making a deposit from here? Back in the gym for another night? Why not get an e-statement while you cheer on Tongi? And of course, at First State Bank and Trust, you can always bank from right here. Come on in and see us and get your very own Chieftain card. To learn more about all the great ways to bank with First State Bank and Trust, go to firststateks.com. Has your furnace left you out in the cold? Pipes plugged? Are you underwater with your water heater? If so, you'll be glad you called Ladd. Ladd Service Company in Tonganoxie has been your heating, cooling, and plumbing specialist since 1986. Ladd is your dealer for top quality brands like York, Aprilaire, and Wolverine Brass. Plus, they maintain and service all other brands. Schedule your appointment by calling 913-369-3509. Visit laddserviceco.com to see why you'll be glad you called Ladd.
So 3 timeouts to go the rest of the distance for Olathe East. The Hawks down 12 to the Tonganoxie Lady Chieftains. We're halfway through this second quarter as the bank-in shot is good inside. 2 points for Louie, her first bucket. Chieftains still holding on to that 10-point lead despite limited minutes from Addie Schooler here, Denny.
Yeah, no.
This one is nearly thrown away, Bruni tried her best to save it. 5th turnover of the game for the Chieftains, and back the other way comes Olathe East, and out of that timeout, now the Hawks on a quick 4-0 spurt.
Chieftains a little sloppy with the ball. It ends up costing them.
Team leading 6 points for number 25, Drimmer, on that last lay-in. Now another takeaway.
Another turnover.
Birch, she's fouled by Bruni. So all of a sudden, that momentum pendulum, we like to call it, starting to shift back over to the bench of Olathe East with 2 free throws coming up. Number 13, Bonnie Birch, the 5'6" sophomore. Bruni, that's her first personal, second team foul for Tongi as Birch knocks down the first free throw. Student section trying to get loud again, but it does not rattle Birch in the slightest. She makes them both.
Birch makes it a two-possession game.
The 6-0 run before it snapped on a bank-in three for Jayla Herrera, her third from downtown. And yes, the bank is open at 12:54 on a Friday. Even with school in session, it doesn't matter. Puts the Chiefs at advantage up to 9. Here she is with it again. Herrera driving a kick. Shawnick, she wants a three. Won't get it. Got a bounce underneath, and again, it'll stay here with the Chieftains. She had Weehee, Johnson, Bruni, all three were battling underneath with 2 or 3 different Olathe East Hawks. Shawnick lobs it inside. Johnson in traffic. She's fouled. It's becoming a signature of these inbound plays for Coach Ecker. Tries to get it inside. Traditionally, it's Addie Schooler, and why wouldn't you when you got the 6'1 center? But Adlin Johnson filling in that spot and able to absorb the contact. A chance for 2 at the line. She's got 4 in the game, and the first free throw rattles in and out. With 2 for 2 on her last trip. Back-to-back trips in line for her. 4th overall for the Chieftains. Makes the second. So much like the boys, they had a tremendous showing at the free throw line in their game. The Lady Chieftains doing the same here in theirs as they're back up 10. Birch on the pull-up. It's off to the left, but another board. Rattles off. Was close for falling in for Louie, but no dice. Shawnick, quick pass, open look. Too strong for Herrera. That's dangerous, leaving her that open. Had a good look at it, just a little too much mustard as the rebound was pulled in by Martinez. 3 subs are going to be in at the next stoppage for Olathe East. Fans and Chieftain Arena trying to get loud. Ball on the ground. Shawnick, just like practice. Easy lay-in. It's always best in cases like that, just to take it slow and easy, and just like in practice, the layup line. 4 points off turnovers for the Chieftains.
Offensive
7 turnover in the game for Olathe East, and right on cue, that's the first foul on Dermer. Sub will come in for the Chieftains, and a 30-second timeout will be taken by Coach Eckert, the first timeout spent by the Chieftains this game. They have controlled from the opening tip on, pretty much. Built their double-digit lead thanks to a 9-0 run, and Jayla Herrera has had a game so far, 9 points, all 9 from three-point range, 3 made. 3-point baskets. Chieftain Athletics today presented in part by Wizard of Paws, Tonganoxie's family-owned pet grooming salon with a combined 48 years of experience. Schedule your pet's appointment today at wizardofpawstongi.com, and also by Kansas City, Kansas Community College. Whether you want to take classes in high school or after graduation, KCC is in your backyard. Check out how college can help you today at kckcc.edu. This definitely has been a very impressive, solid outing for the Chieftains, opening it up, playing their second game in less than 24 hours, trying to earn their way to the championship game tonight at 7:30. Another mid-range jumper for Alyssa Shawnick, and she's feeling it right now. Leading the Chieftains in scoring with 10, just in front of the 9 from Jayla Herrera. Wadsworth kicks down a drive. Wertheim, and her 3 is good.
Wertheim for 3.
Takes the lead back under 10. Under 90 seconds to go until the halftime break. We'll break down this first half and more coming up in the White Birch Property Realty Executives halftime show. As Johnson underneath, she traveled with it. Now both teams pretty much like stride for stride on turnovers, both now at 7.
Going to turn it over 7 times. You better hope you're turning your opponent over.
Inside on the cut. Surveying around, Hall finds someone. Volley shot is up from Prestridge, and I think she was fouled on the way as Shonick tried to swipe that ball away.
Prestridge at the line.
So Jane Prestridge, a 5'5" sophomore, a southpaw to the line as she knocks down the first free throw.
And are you in the game? 3.
That foul on Shonick, that was her first personal. Both teams, 3-team foul. Second one for Prestridge is rattled in and good. Her first 2 points of the game. Just one tie, 2 lead changes. Houston's have had the lead since it was 6-4 back in the first quarter. As this one is taken away, telegraph pass by Louie, got in the passing lane. Johnson with the block. And it's out of bounds off of Louie. Nice defensive play there by Adlin Johnson. Clean block.
Giving good minutes to Coach Ecker here with Addie on the bench.
Closing in on the final 30. Shonick with the ball, 20 and counting on the shot clock. Time to try to make something up. ISO'd up, showing off the handles. Trying to shake loose of Louie. To Hendrickson on the far side, back to Alyssa. She'll drive, Shonick, kick to Johnson. Her 3, off. And a rebound going down to the ground. Louie almost diving out for it. Final 5. Hawks with the final shot coming up. It's on the way, and it's offline off the side of the backboard, and whistles will blow with 0.5 of a second.
25 Dermer in the game, 3.
You got time. Want to do the old Christian Leitner kind of heave it, catch and shoot. Well, you need what, like 0.4 of a second
something
for an
like
official catch and shoot? Her will, the Cheetahs just inbounded here. That's what they'll do. As Herrera finds Hendrickson, and that is going to do it for this opening half. An impressive first half for Coach Eckert's squad. Season with a 9-point lead going into the halftime locker room. Adlin Johnson, great minutes filling in for Addie Schooler, limited with personal fouls. We got the White Birch Property halftime show coming up next.
For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
Tonganoxie is the ideal location to start a business. That's why the Tonganoxie Business Association has strived towards a common goal of adding value to businesses and the community since 2015. They assist in providing improved services for customers and visitors, encouraging and enhancing businesses, and preserving historical and cultural assets. Follow them on Instagram for the latest and upcoming event information, and become a member today by visiting their website, TonganoxieBusinessAssociation.com. Proud supporters of Chieftain Athletics.
The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission is committed to creating community through parks, people, and programs. And now, with their all-new activity center, the Tonganoxie Rec Commission can do even more. Tongi Rec understands the benefits reaped through recreation are endless. Tongi Rec has a long list of classes, activities, and programs for the young and young at heart. For program pricing and schedules, call 913-845-3502. Visit them at the all-new activity center at the Tonganoxie High West campus, or go to tongirec.org.
Family-owned and operated Wizard of Paws is a 5th-generation business located in the heart of downtown Tonganoxie. The professionally trained staff takes pride in making every dog and cat look its best, whether it be to breed-specific trim or an adorable, cute pet trim. Plus, their facility offers amenities in space that are doggone amazing. Call Wizard of Paws to make your appointment at 913-416-0255 or visit them at 406 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie. Learn more at wizardofpawstongi.com.
Your one stop for beauty and relaxation. That's the Beauty Bar, Salon, and Spa in downtown Tonganoxie. Offering services for men's and women's haircuts, facial waxing, tanning, makeup, bridal services, and more. Their team is dedicated to providing a memorable experience for each guest. From vibrant styles and colors to soothing massages, they have everything you need to look and feel amazing. To make an appointment, call 913-347-2957 or visit them at 414 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie.
We welcome you to the White Birch Property Realty Executives Halftime Show. White Birch Properties is ready to help you buy or sell the next house and lead you to success in the real estate game. Visit them at 1203 State Avenue, Suite B in Tonganoxie, or call 913-417-1007. Dylan Funk, Dennis Drennan here with you. 26-17, your halftime score. The Lady Chieftains with the lead over the Lady Hawks out of Olathe East. And 2 quarters away and holding on to this lead, Denny, the Lady Chieftains are from appearing in the championship game a little bit later on tonight. Still 2 quarters to play. Let's take a look at the stats from the first half. Going through the point totals for Olathe East, you had Louis with 2, 4 for Wertheim, 2 for Birch, 1 for Martinez on a made free throw. Prestridge has 2, and leading scorer number 25 with 6 points. That is Millie Dermer, the 5'10 senior. Hawks shooting 66 of 8, 75% from the free throw line, and had 11 turnovers in that first half. For the Chieftains, you got Alyssa Shoddick leading the charge, 10 points for her, just in front of Jayla Herrera with 9. 3 3-point baskets made for Jayla Herrera in that first half. 2 points for Addie Schooler in limited 3 personal fouls she picked up within the first. She played 90 seconds close to in the first and second quarter each, so very limited minutes for Addie. 5 points for Adlin Johnson. She's been one of the ones called upon to help fill in that role. She played great in that first half. Chieftains went 5 of 7 from the line, shooting 71%, and turned the ball over 7 times. Denny, what else is jumping out to you on that stat sheet?
The main thing that jumps out to me is, the turnover margins are not that far apart. 11 for Olathe East and 7 for the Tonganoxie Chieftains. But the Chieftains were able to capitalize, getting 13 points off of turnovers, and Olathe only getting 6, so that's a 7-point advantage right there.
Yeah.
So that's a big one.
Yeah, this has been a game where obviously the game last night against Leavenworth, despite the 9-point win, again for Tonga, it was not their prettiest of wins. They turned the ball over a lot at halftime. They were already over 10 plus, close to I think it was 13, 14, right around that neighborhood. Only 7. Still would like to see that number down a little bit, but much better. You've been able to take 11 on the other side, so that's good for that. The points off turnovers, 13-6 in favor of the Chieftains. We were just talking about overall turnovers. 3-point points. You got 9 for the Chieftains, just 1 for Olathe East. They went 1 of 7 from 3, 14% shooting in the first half compared to 25 for the Chieftains, 3 of 12 in the first 2 quarters. Outside of that, a lot of these stats pretty close to one another. Team second chance points, that's listed at 0 right now. Points in the paint, they got it, well, I can't possibly be right because it's got Olathe East as 24 points in the paint. They only have 17 first half points, so some of these might be skewed a little bit here. The Chieftains, one thing you can't dispute, they have led the charge for pretty much the lion's share of the first 16 minutes. They've led since it was 6-4 back in the first quarter. We had 2 quick lead changes and 1 tie in the first few moments of this ball game. And once the Chieftains took that 6-4 lead, they built it up to a double-digit lead. Their largest of the first half was 12, thanks in part to a 9-0 run they went on. But then Olathe East answered with a 6-0 run of their own. Looked like it was going to start to get back to a competitive ball game. And then the Chieftains, I think it was crucial because that was really a good response for them to they made a 3-point basket, the bank in for Jayla Herrera, and that kind of killed out the momentum for Olathe East and allowed the Chieftains to stay in control. A very pivotal moment in this game we might look back on a little bit later. Those are your halftime stats here. The White Birch Property Realty Executives Halftime Show will roll on when we return. Have you heard of Genesis Schools? Teaching students in preschool through 5th grade in Tonganoxie, Genesis offers smaller class sizes, individualized instruction, and a Christian worldview. Their mission is to exalt Christ by teaching and reinforcing biblical truths while producing well-rounded, educated young people who are equipped to serve God and others. For enrollment and tuition information, call 913-845-9498 or online at genesisschools.org.
More toppings, more taste, more value. Gambino's Pizza. You're gonna love it. Taste mouth-watering flavors in our new chicken bacon ranch pizza. Bring a crowd to feast on our 11 toppings mobster pizza. Pizzas with quality meats and a 100% real cheese, like our triple tasty seasoned sausage cravers pizza. Try favorites like pastas, calzones, sandwiches, appetizers, salads, and desserts. More toppings, more taste, more value. Gambino's Pizza. You're gonna love it.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
The same look and location of a classic drugstore with the services and supplies of a modern pharmacy. That's what you'll find at the Downtown Drug Store in Tonganoxie. Of course, Downtown Drug is the local choice for your prescriptions and health needs, but did you know they have the best selection of Tonganoxie Pride and Chieftain Game Day gear in town? And a whole lot more. Cards, gifts, home decor, and even the best way to satisfy that sweet tooth. The Downtown Drug Store. Call 913-369-3800 or visit them online at thedowntowndrugstore.com.
Families and business owners have trusted Mutual Savings Association for over 100 years. They offer checking accounts, online banking, personal and business loans, investment planning, insurance and retirement plans, and so much more. Their team specializes in creating a financial plan that is tailor-made to your needs to help you achieve your financial goals. Visit one of their 6 nearby locations, including downtown Tonganoxie, or visit their website msa.bank to learn more. Member FDIC.
Has your furnace left you out in the cold? Pipes plugged? Are you underwater with your water heater? If so, you'll be glad you called Ladd. Ladd Service Company in Tonganoxie has been your heating, cooling, and plumbing specialist since 1986. Ladd is your dealer for top quality brands like York, Aprilaire, and Wolverine Brass. Plus, they maintain and service all other brands. Schedule your appointment by calling 913-369-3509. Visit laddserviceco.com to see why you'll be glad you called Ladd. Midwest Chiropractic Center is...
All right, wrapping up here, White Birch Property Realty Executives halftime show. On to the third quarter we go. It's the Chieftains with a 9-point lead. Very impressive showing in the first half, Denny. Looking to keep that momentum rolling. Closest game out strong. You'll play in the championship game at 7:30 as Alyssa Shawnick is just off on her 3-point attempt.
Addie's going to have to be careful here. She didn't want to pick up that 4th foul here early in the third.
Right on cue there, mentioning her. 3 personal fouls for Addie. She played 90 seconds in the first quarter, 90 seconds in the second quarter. She's been very limited so far as this 3 ball is up for Birch and no good. And Addie went off her fingertips. You kind of saw it there. She wanted to chase after it, but laid off. And that's a 2 for Dermer on the second chance. Building on a 6-point first half. She scores the first bucket here to start us in the second half.
Take it to the rack. There you go, Addie.
That's going to feel good for Addie. Her second bucket of the game. She's got 4. Oh, whistle comes in.
Who are they going to give it to?
You had Schooler and Baldock, and he'll go against Baldock.
Ooh.
I think every Chieftain fan and Coach Eckert just took a collective sigh of relief. As
I know I did.
That was not going to be number 4 against Addie. Just the first on Kalia. She still has plenty to give as she continues to play great ball out there. Free throw off for Dermer. Hawks went 6 of 8, 75% from the charity stripe in the first half. This is the first trip of the game for Millie Dermer, the 5'10 senior, and she goes 1 for 2. Shawnick, nice pass at the end. Schooler
Nice.
gets her own miss. Addie Schooler just off to the right.
Now you got to love that, though.
Keeping at it.
2 good looks. Went up strong against a double team.
Had it stripped loose on the deck. Schooler had it, lost it. Another chance for Olathe East. That shot was initially off for Martinez. She took that last shot that's well short. And now here come the Chieftains as Shawnick will outlet up ahead to Jayla Herrera, who's just off on the lay-in.
I'm going to get that on Ashley Bruni.
That's just a jump ball.
Oh,
It's
jump
still
ball.
Olathe East basketball. As Jayla, a lot of momentum, trying to beat out the trailing defense of the Hawks. Just could not get that lay-in to go. Tough break. It stays 28-20. Chieftains with an 8-point lead. Just in the couple of minutes of the second half. Dermer on the near side, her 3, no good. She goes down, and there's number 4 on Addie Schooler. And Addie will have to be checked out once again as she has a look of disbelief. Coach Eckert kind of agreeing with her too as to neither of them really liking that call. I'm right there with them too, but nonetheless, Addie.
Kind of a ticky-tack foul, but they count them.
Addie going to be limited again in this third quarter. Probably we'll see her at the start of the fourth. Kaylin Weehee checks in, and she immediately grabs that rebound. I'll tell you, though, for how limited Addie has been for Weehee, you got Baldock down low, Adlin Johnson filling in. All three have played tremendous basketball.
They've picked Addie up for having to sit
Shawnick
on
on
the
a
bench.
drive, and a nutmeg right through the legs of Jayla Herrera. Tough break.
You got an 8-point game here, so.
Give it. Nice ball movement there for Olathe East, and it ends with 2 points for Wertheim. She's now got 6. And Olathe East, slowly but surely, they continue to close that gap, now within 6. Trailed by as many as 12 in that first half. Herrera picking her dribble up, double team collapse. Bruni opened up. Now she passes out of a double team. Under 15 on the shot clock. Baldock trying to feed Weehee underneath. Power dribble for Kaylin Weehee.
Yes. Nicely done there by Weehee.
For Kaylin Weehee's first bucket in this game.
Man, she did not hesitate. She just went attack the basket.
And there she
you gotta
is.
love it.
It's getting a deflection on the defensive end. She's all over the place. Now the big story here for Olathe East, we had mentioned coming in that Katie Lefevre, her leading scorer, the 5'10 senior, hasn't yet to be seen in this game. I don't know if she just isn't active, if she's injured, not sure. So the Hawks come in shorthanded and really wishing they had her out there. They're down 8. Pulls it in on the halfway mark of this third quarter. Feed underneath, trying to back in, high off the glass. Wertheim just off on the shot, but it'll stay at this end.
Yeah, Wertheim had a mismatch there down below.
I tried to take advantage of it, but just a shot that was way high off the glass. 7 on the shot clock, nothing has hit rim. Shawnick aggressive defense. It's still in the hands of Martinez.
She's going to get her too.
That's number 2 on Alyssa.
4 seconds on the shot clock. 2 more and the Chieftains will put the Lady Hawks in a bonus situation.
There's an inbounds play and fresh time on the clock too with that last foul. Pivoting around, looking, Osman hands it off inside, and an and one opportunity on the finish by Wertheim. Wertheim quickly matches her first half total, 4 points, 8 in the game, 9 pending the N1 free throw. And the first foul of the game on Chloe Hendrickson for her first. N1 free throw on the way for Wertheim. She battles it home. Back within 5 now, Olathe East. More subs being made for Tongi as Baldock is going to come out. Adeline Johnson in for the first time in this third. Schoenig feeds it to Bruni. Ashlyn has not scored a bucket yet. She's going to drive, try to do it here. She'll have a chance to get her points at the line. Another nice drive here for the Chieftains to draw the first team foul in Olathe East.
Ashley was doing that exceptionally well last night as well.
So Bruni with the first free throws in the second half for the Chieftains, and it's pure money on the first attempt. First year starting at the varsity level, has really found her stride within these last couple of weeks of action, and she goes 2 for 2. And when the Hawks get close, the Chieftains continue to answer on the other end, keeping good pace. Back up 7, looking for the 12th turnover, and it'll be a foul instead on Hendrickson. Be her second, trying to get in there, get that loose ball, but made contact instead.
2 quick ones on her.
So 2 for Hendrickson, 2 for Schoenig, the 4 for Schooler, not in the game in the moment, probably won't be until the 4th. And everybody else has 1 or less. And that is the 5th team foul, so bonus the rest of this 3:24. First free throw good. Eliana Wadsworth at the line for Olathe East. 3 straight made free throws for the Hawks, looking to make it 4. It's on the way, and it's off. Legal screen.
To get that on. Johnson.
Yeah. That's the first on Adeline Johnson. Empty possession for the Chieftains, and you can kind of start to feel this game right now. It's a little bit up in limbo. You feel like the next team that's going to go on a run really has a great chance of closing out this game with a win. The Chieftains, they still have that lead, 6 points, but Olathe East is threatening. Now they're within 4. Getting their own miss and putting it back up is Birch.
Second chance points.
Schoenig trying to end the run, and she does. Gets the Chieftains back on the board, and she's got 12.
Nice drive by Schoenig. She did use the left hand that time, too.
Posting up inside, knocked out of the hands of Hall, who's able to recover, and a kick to Osman, her 3, too strong. Johnson with the board, and she had a good box out on Dermer. Here comes Alyssa Schoenig, and she's fouled on the hand check for Wadsworth for her first personal. 2:20 to go here in the third quarter. Did have a scoring update just a few moments ago. The game in the auxiliary gym, St. James and Eudora, who the Chieftains, the winner of this game, will play the winner of that game. It was St. James with a 9-point lead towards the end of the third quarter there.
Yeah, we saw the St. James girls last night.
Oh, look at that. Just off on the lay-in. It's out of bounds, and it will stay at this end with the Chieftains. You're right, we saw the St. James. It was the Piper game. And
yeah,
it was something. And St. James, they've won the girls' championship in back-to-back years on the quest of a three-peat. It sounds like if they hold on to that 9-point lead, they're going to get the winner of this game and try to pull off that three-peat. As Adeline Johnson will be going to the line. The first foul of the game on Louis.
Johnson at the line.
Johnson 3 for 4 at the line this game. First year in the second half, she knocks it down. So it's something about playing these like late morning or early afternoon kind of games. Both the boys team, they were tremendous from the free throw line. They only missed 2, 13 of 15 in the game. And for the Lady Chieftains, they're on a good start this game as well. That's 4 straight makes here in the second half. 7 points for Adeline Johnson.
Boy, she filled in for Addie Schooler.
Chieftains can hold on for a win. She definitely could be in the running for our County Road Brewing player of the game. And a nice defensive stand. Jayla Herrera getting in there. Jump ball and possession arrow in favor of Tonganoxie. And it looks like Coach Eckert is going to elect to take a timeout here. Give his team a chance to try to regroup in the middle of this stoppage. We will keep it here for the time being. Chieftain Athletics presented in part by Grounded Coffee House, serving great coffee with an even greater cause. Follow them on Facebook and check out their website, groundedcoffeehouse.Tonganoxie.org, to learn more. Taking a look what we got after on the backside of our tournament coverage. We're back here in 6 days. Thursday night, the 29th here at home against Bonner Springs, and then on the road next Friday for an out-of-league matchup against the Golden Bears of Kansas City. Turner will have wrestling coming up in a couple of weeks, a girls' home duel on Wednesday, February 4th against the Holton Wildcats. We'll have the boys' duel a week after that on the 11th with the Mid-Buchanan Dragons.
Yeah, and I'll tell our listeners and viewers here, partner, that if you've never seen a girls' wrestling meet, you should tune in because it's quite a treat.
We're also going to have the girls' regionals that'll be happening on the 13th and 14th of February. We'll be here for the action on the 14th, the finals and semifinals. Going to be a lot of fun getting to cover that, plus the duels.
I think, isn't that a super regional partner?
It's a super regional for 4A girls wrestling. I mean, this is, in the sport of wrestling, I think there was only 6A and 5A, and then it was like 4 through 1A.
Yeah.
And now you got 4A in their own standing. Everybody's pretty much in their own class now. I think 1 or 2 or 1 through 3 still might be combined, but
that sport's just exploded.
And that's still almost an understatement, especially here in the Midwest. As Johnson,
nice move by Adeline Johnson there.
Be a lot of fun seeing former Lady Chieftain basketball star Emerson Maslak now on the wrestling team this year.
Yeah, we saw last night the boys being recognized here, and they're ranked number 1 in 4A state.
And of course, the Lady Chieftain wrestling team, the defending 4A state champions. It's quite a wrestling program that's been established. And Brett Delich and what he's been able to do, Adam Wynn being in there too, and many, many others behind the scenes. They have made Tonganoxie a wrestling powerhouse, not just in 4A, in the state.
Yep.
Here's the second free throw for Johnson as she knocks it down. 8 points in this game for Adeline Johnson, putting together a beauty. Back up to a 9-point lead for the Chieftains. The Hawks got within 4. Tonganoxie has not allowed him to get any closer as Adeline's going to pick up foul number 2.
Coach Eckert wanting to keep her out of foul trouble.
Just saying you got to keep moving your feet there. Don't get lazy. Try to reach in, get the foul.
Just don't do it.
Just don't do it. First free throw good for Dermer.
Chieftain's been able to keep the Hawks at a arm's length throughout this game, but see how they can close it out here.
Just like they did with the Pioneers last night.
Yep.
7-point game, pinning this 3. It's short. Might have been deflected by Wadsworth. Herrera left it well short. Goes it in on the final minute of this third quarter. Here's a drive left to right. High off the glass is
nice
good
drive
for Martinez. Her first official field goal. She only had a made free throw to this point. 37-32. Game has continued to stay close and competitive. Shonick, hesitation. All the space might have been deflected by Dermer, who came over late. I think Shonick realized it, tried to get the angle off the glass, and by then it was just too late. Now splitting defenders. Martinez can't finish. An offensive board for Wertheim, but it goes out of bounds. Crisis averted here for Tongi as 3 Subs are coming in with Bruni, Poldock, and Brewer. Bruni stops, keeps that pivot foot down. There's been a little extra slipperiness on the court here today, I will say. Notice just watching the games develop. 10 to go. Chieftains with the final shot. Shonick takes the screen for Bullock. Nice cross up. Alyssa Shonick, a chance for 2 at the line.
0.1 seconds left to play.
Now, if they do want to go back and put on some extra time, they can, as by the time the foul came in, I mean, at least a second and a half or so, but I think they'll go ahead and just let her shoot these free throws, and
call it
we'll
good.
be on our way. Yeah. Well, now, there you go. They're going to put up at least 1 second.
No, well, still 0.1.
So I think 1 point, yeah.
There you go.
That was right around that range. Good eye by the official. Second foul on Wadsworth. Back to the line, Alyssa Shonick. She went 2 for 3 in the first half. She rattles the first one home. I'll tell you, I love the energy that the students have been bringing.
It makes a big difference,
to the coverage
doesn't it?
today. Again, with everything being moved up to avoid the weather tomorrow, class is still in session. This is a normal school day here at Tongi High. It's normal, but it isn't normal at the same time. And Shonick goes 2 for 2. 14 points in this ball game for Alyssa Shonick, and the final horn will sound, and Tongi will head to the fourth quarter. A 7-point lead, trying to close it out, advance to the championship at 7 o'clock tonight, 7:30 o'clock tonight. We'll see if they can close it out. Fourth quarter action is coming up next.
Hi, do you offer insurance bundling?
Enter authentication code to start transaction.
Where would I get the code?
Please enter code.
Okay. Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Wrong.
Let's talk about bundling and see if there are other ways for you to save with a super check.
That sounds great.
Here, take a look.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Tex Vandervoort in Tonganoxie today.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball team. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Looking to close out. Fourth quarter strong. Both teams will be left with 3 timeouts. Coming down the home stretch of this one. Chieftains a 7-point lead over the 6A Olathe East Lady Hawks. Second round action at the Tonga Invitational Basketball Tournament. This is on the deck, still loose. Multiple Chieftains diving out for it, and it's last touched on the far side by Wartime. That'll be Tonganoxie basketball. Dylan Funk, Dennis Drennan here. Addie Schooler limited in this game, 4 personal fouls. She hasn't checked in yet here into the fourth, and for Coach Ecker, might just be saying, we got the chemistry, bro, with Brewer. You've had Baldock and Johnson. Brewer the only one out on the floor at this moment, but I think he's waiting for the right time to try to put his junior, and Addie Schooler out on the floor to try to.
If Olathe East pulls any closer, I think we're going to see her.
And that's, you took the words right out of my mouth there. If it gets any closer and you feel like you have to put her in.
As long as he can hold the lead.
Dermer lost it on the way in. Another turnover.
Quick hands by Shonick again.
14 turnovers in the game for Olathe East, and Shonick able to draw the foul on Hall. That's her third.
Foul on Hall, her third. Shonick at the line.
And Alyssa Shonick is going to go right back to the free throw line. The first 3 quarters, 12 of 15, 75% shooting at the line for Tonganoxie. Shonick closed the third with 2 made free throws, looking to start the fourth. But she just misses on the first.
12 Marshman in the game, please.
I felt like you wanted to say announcer's jinx there or something.
Oh, I was feeling sorry for you, partner.
To bring the Chieftains to 40, she does. Might be starting to get behind those free throw struggles is Alyssa Shonick.
Yeah, she's really picked up the pace on the makes.
15 points in the game, an 8-point lead. It's back up 2 for Tonganoxie. Minute into this fourth quarter, that shot on the catch and shoot, no good. Lauren Brewer with the rebound. Providing some good minutes here for Coach Ecker with the absence of Addie Schooler with the 4 personal fouls. Here's a drive in, lost it. Kalia again timing out on the deck, no problem. And Coach Eckert with those 3 timeouts. He also had the possession arrow, but he wants to keep it for the next time.
Save that possession arrow. Good for him.
Heads up play by the second-year head coach and Austin Eckert. Full timeout. We'll take it with them as we step aside here on Tongi Sports Live.
The same look and location of a classic drugstore with the services and supplies of a modern pharmacy. That's what you'll find at the Downtown Drug Store in Tonganoxie. Of course, Downtown Drug is the local choice for your prescriptions and health needs, but did you know they have the best selection of Tonganoxie Pride and Chieftain game day gear in town? And a whole lot more. Cards, gifts, home decor, and even the best way to satisfy that sweet tooth. The Downtown Drug Store. Call 913-369-3800 or visit them online at thedowntowndrugstore.com.
When it comes to rehabilitation, despite what you're told, you can choose where you want to go. Physical Therapy Solutions in Tonganoxie is independently owned, allowing them to work with all doctors and insurance companies to ensure a smooth transition. They offer cutting-edge technological therapy treatments like focused shock waves and deep tissue laser therapy for more precise care to acute and chronic injuries. Contact Physical Therapy Solutions today and let them help you. Visit ptsolutionsks.com for more information. Still an 8-point lead for the Chieftains. Schooler back in, they find her. Just short, gets her all missed. That's another easy 2 for Addie. She hits the deck a little emphatically and she'll rush back on defense.
She looked like she was on a mission there, partner.
Yeah, I would say so, as the 3 is good for Wertheim.
Yeah, you got to figure that Olathe is going to be picking up full court here.
Schooler again.
With the left hand, look at that.
How about that determination for Addie on a quick 4-0 run all by herself.
She's on a mission.
8 points, half of them coming within the last 30 seconds of game time. The 3 from Wertheim, it was good. Baldock fighting for it underneath, and a foul will go against Olathe East, the second team foul on the Hawks.
Yeah, I tell you, Kalia is as tough as they get down there in them scrums.
Yeah, she's the kind of ball player, like, not night in and night out, she might not give you 10 points or have the razzle-dazzle stats, but those stats are hustle and grit.
Yeah, she's gonna give you all the heart you need.
How many times has she dove out on the deck for a loose ball today?
No question
That's
about
Kalia
it.
Baldock. As Schooler, I think she's playing with a little chip on her shoulder this fourth.
Oh, no question. You can see the difference she makes in the game if she's able to play.
Yep. She has made tremendous strides. You saw playing time as a freshman, really stepped into the starting role last season. Played a lot for Coach Eckert, went through her ups and downs, and has come into this season. As you can tell, she's worked on her craft a lot.
And just wait till next season.
Yeah.
She'll be a senior next season. I'm excited to see that. We've seen her development from the very beginning.
I know. As Shonick takes this one away from Dermer, 2-on-1 for the Chieftains. Shonick going to go herself, and she rattles it home.
Lady Chieftains 5.5 minutes away from going to the championship game.
It has been quite some time since the Lady Chieftains have found themselves in the championship game of their own home tournament. Shonick,
nice Euro step.
Finish.
Wow.
Alyssa Shonick bringing the energy here in the fourth. The lead back up to 13 for the Chieftains. Let's have a 6-0 run. And count the bucket. Man, oh man, Alyssa Shonick taking over.
That's what stars do.
A main free throw away from 20 points in this game.
Wow.
And the largest lead of the game at 15 for the Chieftains, 5 minutes away from beating 6A Olathe East to move on to the title round. Just off on the and one. Baldock tried to tip it right to the hands of a Olathe East player.
That's eerie how quiet it gets when the Chieftains shoot a free throw.
A little bit,
wow.
isn't it?
That was a long three.
14 points now for Dermer, leading scorer for Olathe East. Wertheim in second. She's got 12 and nearly a steal. But Dermer stepped on the baseline. This game is definitely not over yet, but you could feel the energy. It's feeling like it's going to be going in the way of the Chieftains in this contest.
Yeah, left the wheels come off here in the last 4 minutes.
Yeah. You played a good first half of the fourth. Got to close it out
Oh,
as
there you
Addie on the bobble. Addie hit from behind. Goes down hard again. She'll go to the line for two more as pulls it in late. Louie on the defense underneath. And I think of Addie, she catches that one clean, turned around. That's a 2-point finish. Maybe an and one opportunity, but a chance for redemption. She went 0 for 2 on the free throws a few moments ago, and she misses on the first here. Now 4 straight misses for the Chieftains, and misses in 5 of the last 6 attempts at the charity stripe. They are, however, in the bonus. And no team fouls for Tonga either, and a great spot here. And 4:30 to go in the game. Inside, Hall, it's on the deck, recovered, put up by Martinez. That shot falls off. Addie Schooler, that's where you miss her with her size when she's not in the game. Brings in that rebound, and she is fouled. So right back to the line goes Addie Schooler. Now this is turning into a game for the Chieftains. If you can make your free throws, you're going to be on your way.
No question.
Third foul of the game on Dermer.
Schooler at the line.
First free throw for Schooler, and she's off to the right. Schooler right now just 1 for 5 on free throws in these kind of spurt of trips she's made in this fourth quarter. Second one too strong too. Lead is 13 for the Chieftains, trying to hold on, close this game out. Skip pass, Dermer inside, puts it up, no dice. Baldock had it, stripped by Martinez, but Shonick to pick it up. Schooler calls for it and lays it in. Putting the hand up in the air like a receiver on the football field saying, I'm open, I'm open.
And Shonick dropped a dime.
How many times have we seen that tandem do that? About 9 points in this fourth quarter for Addie Schooler.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Just 2 points in the first half. Limited in the second half with 4 personal fouls. She has showed up to play here in the final minutes as Baldock right on cue.
I tell you.
Getting right down on the floor, and that possession arrow still in favor of the Chieftains. Remember Coach Ecker taking that timeout.
Yeah.
That's exactly why he did it. As Kalia and Addie both are going to be checked out. Now the Hawks going to start bringing some full court pressure. Late game desperation. Chieftains able to work through it, no problem. Johnson will stop. She goes back to Bruni. Lauren Brewer back into the game as well. Alyssa Shonick, leading scorer, 19 points in the ball game. 11 for Addie, 9 for Jayla Herrera. It's the kind of performance you really needed for that 3 to come away with a win in this one, more than likely. they've given it to you. Now you just got to close it out. About 2.5 minutes away from solidifying your spot in the championship game. 3 on the way, offline, and that's Chieftain basketball. Last 3 put up there by Wertheim. She made one a few moments ago. She's got 12, but couldn't connect that time around. As fans and students continue to make their way in and out here at Chieftain Arena. Thankfully for the students, the school day is coming close to an end. I think we're coming into late, when I was in, I know it's been a minute since I was in high school, but on Fridays at this time, you'd be heading up to 4th period. Is where you would be going, your 4th period class. Comp 1, Comp 2, my senior year with Mrs. Wilson, Jane Wilson, G. Wilson, one of the best in
no
the
question.
business, man. Chieftains maybe not opposed to just passing this ball around, milking some clock.
Yeah, clock's their friend right now.
15 on the shot clock now as they continue to pass it around. It's exactly what they're doing. Nobody down inside. Johnson will cut, leaves a lane. Shonick will take it. Just can't knock down the shot, but an offensive board. And a fresh 30 to burn. Herrera will just take the 3 instead.
That could be the dagger right there, partner.
An emphatic stamp on an 18-point lead. Jayla Herrera, her 4th from downtown, first in the second half. Chieftains could be on their way.
Midwest Chiropractic Center is a friendly and caring clinic providing comprehensive care for your chiropractic, rehabilitative, and fitness needs. Upon entering one of our offices, you are treated like family. The staff cares about your health.
Okay, so my apologies. Not a timeout was called. It must have just been for some substitutions to get in. So here we go in the final moments of this one. Chieftains well in the catbird seat. Desperation 3, no good. Brewer fighting for the board. It's collected by Martinez, ripped away by Johnson. That was Prestridge underneath rather than Martinez. And what an impressive showing this has been today for Tongi. It's not over yet. Another offensive board for Bruni, cleaning up the missed 3 for Johnson, and Herrera just missing back-to-back 3-point baskets.
Foul on Johnson.
So that timeout actually taken by Tongi, so that was purely a timeout for Coach Eckert just to make some substitutions as he's starting to take the starters out of the game. And I think it's pretty safe to say right now, Denny, an 18-point lead closing in on the final minute. Chieftains are going to be on their way to contend for the tournament championship. They'll take on, I haven't seen a final yet, but last we checked, it was St. James Academy with a 9-point lead over Eudora. And if that were to hold, then it would be the St. James Academy Thunder against the Tonganoxie Lady Chieftains in the championship game of the girls bracket, the 68th annual Invitational basketball tournament.
Yeah, that'll be a tough test for these Lady Chieftains.
No doubt about it, but what a
run.
What a run. I mean, no doubt. I mean, you face a Leavenworth squad that they were young but boatload of talent.
Yeah.
You beat them by 9. You turn around, you play 6A Olathe East the next day, less than 24 hours later than your last game. A bye in the first round for Olathe East due to just not having anybody to play. So they come in on short rest, and you come up and you're probably more than likely going to beat them by double digits. And you put up 56 points in scoring along the way.
Yep.
Without, for the most of this game, with the exception of this back half of the fourth quarter, without your starter junior center, Addie Schooler.
Yeah, but when she was in there, boy, did she make a difference.
Oh, man. This might go down, in my opinion, as one of the more better complete games of the season, and arguably for the time that Coach Eckert has been head coach of the Lady Chieftains.
Yeah, they've done well tonight.
This is a big statement being made here, and they'll have a chance to make another one in the finals, where again, they'll have to wait to get final results, but it's expected to be St. James Academy that they'll take on in the championship game. And that, with the shot clock violation, About 15 and a half remain as, again, this one can wrap it up. Put a bow on it. I think for Olathe East, they're going to make one more chance here, try to collect some points. Three bobbled on the deck. It'll stay here. That clock continuing to run, and again, they could go back and put an extra maybe second and a half or so, but this game pretty well already decided. They're just going to let it play out. 1.8, and it's in, and that will do it. Chieftains on to the championship tonight at 7:30. Big winners against Olathe East, 56-38. One of the more impressive, well-rounded wins in the Coach Eckert era here for the Lady Chieftains. Olathe East will move on, and they will go to the third place game where they will take on the loser of St. James and Eudora. We'll try to get a final result of that game during the timeout. We'll be back with the Brothers Market postgame show when we return.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com. First State Bank and Trust is with you wherever you are with complete online banking. Cheering on the Chieftains once again? Why not pay your bills online? Waiting on your kiddos to get out of school? Seems like a good time to make a transfer. Or how about making a deposit from here? Back in the gym for another night? Why not get an e-statement while you cheer on Tongi? And of course, at First State Bank and Trust, you can always bank from right here. Come on in and see us and get your very own Chieftain card. To learn more about all the great ways to bank with First State Bank and Trust, go to firststateks.com.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
Have you heard of Genesis Schools? Teaching students in preschool through 5th grade in Tonganoxie, Genesis offers smaller class sizes, individualized instruction, and a Christian worldview. Their mission is to exalt Christ by teaching and reinforcing biblical truths while producing well-rounded, educated young people who are equipped to serve God and others. For enrollment and tuition information, call 913-845-9498 or online at genesisschools.org.
For projects big or small, Southern Star asks you to always call 811 before you dig. It's free, easy, and keeps our community safe. After calling 811, a professional will use paint or flags to mark buried utility lines within a few days. And calling 811 is the law. Hitting underground lines can disrupt utility service and cause serious injury. Safety is in your hands. Every dig, every time.
A very happy Brothers Market post-game show. Lady Chieftains, big winners against 6A Olathe East and the Lady Hawks, 56-38 your final score. I'm not sure how many people would have said, yeah, an 18-point win for the Chieftains. I'll take that in this contest, but without a doubt, before we get into the stats, I think I'm pretty confident in saying one of the best all-around performances we have seen from this team within the last few years.
Yeah, no question about it, partner. I agree wholly.
And it is official. It is St. James in the championship game. It'll start expected around 7:30 p.m. We will have that game for you right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live later on this evening. Olathe East and Eudora is your third place game at 4:30. Let's take a look in at these stats. We'll take one more look at the updated brackets after that, then wrap it up here. And we'll look at the Chieftains' point totals right now. And, you know, we always talk about every game you could give the player of the game honors to Alyssa Shonick, and that is true, but when you go 21 points and have 3 rebounds and 4 assists and 5 steals in that mix, it's kind of hard not to in a case like that. Alyssa Shonick, our County Road Brewing player of the game.
Yeah, quite a stat line for Alyssa.
In a game that really you had many good contenders. I think for Addie Schooler, if she was able to play the full time.
She played 9 minutes and scored 11 points.
Yeah, if she was able to play the full time, very limited with the personal fouls. Definitely played with a chip on her shoulder come the fourth quarter, but she could have been in there. And I want to give a shout out Adlin Johnson.
No question,
in
partner.
there, because Adlin came in 8 points. She was able to provide, went 6 of 8 from the free throw line, was able to reel in 2 rebounds, and had 1 block shot. She was huge.
She was.
Without Schooler out on the floor. You had her, Baldock, Lauren Brewer even came in and bridged over some time as well. So a shout out to everybody that we just mentioned, and Alyssa Shonick, our County Road Brewing player of the game.
Team victory, partner.
Team victory, no doubt. 21 for Alyssa Shonick. You had 2 for Ashlyn Bruni, 2 for Kaylin Weehee, 12 for Jayla Herrera, 4 of 9 shooting from 3-point range for her, 11 for Addie Schooler, 8 for Adlin Johnson. The Chieftains finished shooting 37% from the field, 22% from 3, and 58% from the free throw line, 14 of 24. And just looking at some of these other in-depth numbers, you look at the 3-point points, 12-9 in favor of the Chieftains. Free throw points, 14-11 in favor of the Chieftains. They were able to force 15 turnovers against Olathe East. They turned the ball over 10 times, which I think that was only 3 times in the second half.
Yeah, I think
the Chieftains turned the ball over. Tremendous ball care there. And he had 12 team steals compared to just 6 for Olathe East.
And the Chieftains were able to turn those turnovers into points. They lead 20-10 in that category. So
I can't say enough about the effort and what was shown from this Chieftain team. Very proud of them. I know Coach Eckert is, and I'm very excited to be able to see them play in the championship game. Another great test ahead with St. James Academy, who's won this championship in this tournament for the past 2 years in a row on the quest of a 3-peat.
Yeah, and we watched them yesterday, and they're going to be something to contend with. But, you know, these Chieftains are playing on their home court. They're defending the home school, and hopefully they can shock the world.
I know we've had early starts here, everything happening. You might be at work watching along with us. You might be at the elementary school watching along with us. Shout out to you guys if you're still watching along. But if you can make it out here to Chieftain Arena tonight at 7:30, come cheer on this Lady Chieftain squad. They've been playing their hearts out.
They've earned it.
They've earned it, no doubt about it. It's going to be a lot of fun. But if you can't make it, we'll have the game for you right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. As always, they beat the Olathe East Hawks 56-38. A date with the Thunder awaits later on tonight. Denny, any final thoughts before we wrap it up?
No, I'm looking forward to this final match, or this final game coming up at 7:30, and hopefully these Lady Chieftains will be celebrating with a big trophy at the end of the day.
No doubt about it. That'll do it for us here in this broadcast. 18-point victory for the Chieftains off of a 9-point win last night against Leavenworth. They're back at it. Approximate start time of 7:30 in the championship game against the St. James Academy Thunder. For Dennis Drennan, I'm Dylan Funk saying so long. We'll see you later tonight here on your home of the Chieftains, Tonganoxie Sports Live.
From the gridiron to the hardcourt, the pitch to the mat, don't miss any of the action. We're there with live, local sports coverage at VarsitySportsLive.com.